Resilience is often pictured as getting back up after a public fall, as enduring hardship in front of a supportive crowd. But what about the resilience forged in absolute solitude? The kind that grows not in the spotlight of sympathy, but in the quiet dark where no one is watching. The Sigma male embodies this second, deeper kind of resilience. It's not a loud bounce back, it's a silent, unbreakable continuity. Today, we're decoding the specific, unspoken strengths built not in spite of solitude, but because of it. This is the architecture of resilience built alone. 1. The internal compass that needs no validation. Most people navigate by external landmarks: praise, promotions, social likes, the approval of peers. Their direction is constantly corrected by the opinions of others. The Sigma's resilience stems from a different navigational system, an internal compass calibrated in solitude. This compass was built through years of making decisions alone, sitting with the consequences alone, and learning to trust his own judgment above the noisy chorus of outside voices. This creates a resilience that is immune to social pressure. Market crashes, shifting trends, or sudden social ostracization do not destabilize him because his worth and direction were never invested in those external markers to begin with. His course was set internally. When storms hit, others scramble to find new landmarks. He simply checks his compass. This strength isn't arrogance. It's the profound security of a man who is his own true north. 2. Emotional alchemy, the ability to process alone. For most, emotional pain requires an audience. It needs to be vented, validated, and dissected with friends or therapists. The Sigma male developed a different skill in his solitude: emotional alchemy. He learned to take raw, difficult emotions, frustration, disappointment, anger, grief, and process them internally, transforming them into fuel for focus, clarity, or creative drive. This is a supreme resilience skill. It means he is never emotionally stranded. He doesn't require another person to regulate his state. A setback at work doesn't send him into a spiral seeking reassurance. He metabolizes the frustration into a more determined plan. This internal processing furnace turns what would cripple others into pure energy for his own progress. His solitude taught him that he is his own most effective therapist, strategist, and motivator. 3. The silence that became a strategic advantage. In a world of constant noise, opinions, advice, notifications, and chatter, the average mind is in a state of perpetual distraction. The Sigma's prolonged solitude trained his mind to operate in deep, uninterrupted states of focus. This quiet is not empty. It is a rich, productive space. This becomes a phenomenal advantage in crisis. While others are drowned in the panic, the conflicting advice, and the noise of the crowd, the Sigma's mind accesses a rare commodity: clarity. His resilience is cognitive. He can think 10 steps ahead in silence while others are stuck reacting to the last loud thing they heard. The strength forged in quiet allows him to see the signal through the noise, making him uniquely capable of navigating complex, high-pressure situations where everyone else is mentally drowning. 4. The detachment that enables unshakable objectivity. We suffer most not from events, but from our attachments to them, to specific outcomes, to certain people's perceptions, to a rigid vision of how things should be. The Sigma's journey in solitude naturally eroded many of these attachments. He became accustomed to things not going as hoped, to plans changing, to enjoying his own company regardless of external circumstances. This forged a resilience of detachment. It's not that he doesn't care, but that his core stability isn't tied to any single external variable. If a business fails, it is a data point, not an identity-shattering event. If a relationship ends, it is a change in circumstance, not the end of his world. This ability to hold things loosely, to analyze without falling into emotional despair, is a superpower of resilience. It allows him to adapt, pivot, and rebuild with a calm precision that seems almost superhuman to those who are emotionally entangled in every outcome. 5. The mastery of energy conservation. Social interaction, especially empathetic engagement with others' dramas, is incredibly draining. Many people burn out because they are constantly pouring energy into the emotional turbulence of their social sphere. The Sigma's resilience is partly a mastery of energy economics learned in Solitude. He understands his energy as a finite capital. He doesn't spend it on gossip, petty conflicts, or performing emotions he doesn't feel. This disciplined conservation means he has immense reserves when truly needed, for his own projects, for a real crisis, for deep work. While others are emotionally bankrupt from daily social upkeep, he is resilient because he is perpetually solvent. He can endure longer, focus deeper, and withstand greater pressure because he hasn't wasted his strength on the trivial. 6. The strength of a complete identity. For many, identity is a collaborative project. I am a husband, a father, a VP, a friend. Remove those roles and they experience an existential crisis. The Sigma's identity was constructed in a solo workshop. I am a thinker, a problem solver, an observer. His identity is built on verbs and internal states, not external roles or relationships. This creates a resilience that cannot be dismantled by life's changes. Lose a job, he is still a problem solver. Move to a new city, he is still an observer. This self-concept is portable and immune to circumstance. His strength comes from the unshakable knowledge of who he is at the core, a knowledge refined in the mirror of his own solitude, not in the reflections provided by others. 7. The practice of self-renewal without external input. Finally, the most profound resilience is the ability to renew oneself. People typically recharge through socializing, vacations with others, or shared experiences. The Sigma's toolkit for renewal is entirely internal. His solitude taught him how to reset, recharge, and find inspiration within the confines of his own mind and space. This means his resilience is self-sustaining. He doesn't need to wait for a weekend, a friend's availability, or a vacation to recover from a setback. He can initiate his own renewal cycle at will, through a long walk, immersion in a book, deep work on a project, or simply strategic silence. This makes him incredibly durable and operationally independent. He is a perpetual motion machine of potential, capable of weathering extended periods of adversity because his recovery mechanism is built in and requires no external permissions or resources. In essence, the Sigma's resilience is that of a deep-rooted tree versus a bright, fragile flower. It doesn't shout about its strength. It simply endures, grows, and stands, season after season, storm after storm, nourished by its own quiet depth. If you want to understand the childhood origins of this formidable self-sufficiency, I recommend watching our video, Why Childhood Silence Forged Their Unyielding Strength.